Great day, everyone. I just wanted to talk about today transitioning when things happen. So, yesterday, unexpectedly, um, I lost my job. I do think it was a wrongful termination, and but what can you do? I'm not going to say I didn't cry. I cried and didn't get any sleep, but today I rose up. I had an interview at an interview at 9 o'clock this morning, and I went in, did my interview, and took my drug test, and waiting on my background to come in, and hopefully to start a new job in the next few weeks. And I want to say, as targeted individual, get used to it, and because things like this happen, and it's gonna be unjust a lot of times. I've been in my job almost 3 years as an office administrator, and the devil will put people in positions to knock you down. I got along with everybody in this office but one particular person. And even though I have made several complaints about this person micromanaging me and doing passive aggressive things, because what they will try to do, they will try to get a trigger out of you. And I'm not gonna lie, I once you take stuff so long, you begin to show your feelings on your sleeve if you're like me. I'm not a fake and phony person. So if I know you're trying to poke the bear, it's going to make me have ill feelings from you. And I'm not a fake person. And even though I've accomplished for over a year trying to play nice, um, it came to a head yesterday. And keep in mind, I was the only black person on my job and probably the least paid. And I bust my behind at this job. And I feel I did complain to a couple of coworkers, and I tried to avoid this person, my direct supervisor, at all costs. But it came to a head yesterday, and they chose her over me, and they let me go. I do feel like it was just me being, even though I put in a lot of work, I did a lot of extra things, and I took a lot of things on this job. I still tried to keep my composure, and I never got a complaint for any other business owners or customers, and never had a complaint with anybody in the office, just this one particular supervisor. And a lot of time people will see that light in you and carry animosity for you just being you. They're insecure with they self, they hate they self, and they will project that off from you. You know, I do feel like my boss is just straight business. Rather than conflict resolution, they chose to just fire you and go on to next. And this is some of the things that targeted individuals we have to go through. And I want you guys, when it does happen to you, or if you is so happen to come up like me, it was unexpectedly. Um, in a few months, it would have been 3 years for me. And I have a mortgage, I have car payment, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried until my eyes swole. Tension headache, couldn't sleep last night. But I got up this morning because her whole objective is to get you to spaz out. You know what the young people say, crash out. I've been through this so many times, and as a fellow TI, um, I know a lot of you guys go through this, you know, but we can only pray that it's justice in the end. And I've seen karma work. I've seen people on the jobs. That's why I know in some ways I'm divinely protected and everything happens for my good. And I want you guys to, I'm not telling you guys not to get upset. I know you want to rage out. You want to retaliate to people, but don't do it. Sometimes you have to just go home and cry and start anew the next day. I did have an interview. It's so funny because I was reaching out to a company I dealt with before looking for some part-time weekend job because I left my delivery job. I just kind of let it go because I figure, all right, I'm caught up on my bills. I can really, live off my day job check and kind of work on my candle company. And then a couple of weeks I paid my mortgage. And last year we got a tax credit. And this year we didn't get a credit. So my property tax went up to $600. And then I found out that my mortgage insurance went up. My mortgage insurance when I first got the house, keep in mind, I've been in the house July 1st will be 4 years. And my mortgage insurance, I think it was like $800. And my mortgage insurance went up to almost $1,300. I did make a claim because my ceiling collapsed twice and I had to get my plumbing redone. And people don't know, if you make a claim, you basically have to wait 5 years before you can change, before anyone else will accept you, you want to switch out and go to another company for mortgage. They're not going to allow it until 5 years once that claim is dropped up. And so you're really held hostage by your mortgage insurance. And because they know this information, and every year, even though I haven't made a claim in the last 3 years, they'll go up on your insurance. So if you are able to work, I would say save up a little money. I was trying to save up a little money to assist my daughter with getting a car, but now I'm going to have to use that money to kind of pay my bills. I do have a check coming, one check coming from my previous job that I just got let go of yesterday. And so hopefully I can maintain until something comes through with the company I'm working for, where I had an interview with this morning, but I do have a second interview once my background check. So I want you guys to always be prepared. When things like this happen, don't crash out. Don't lash out. Don't let it cause you to make mistakes that are gonna further send you into a spiraling mood. I'm not telling you not to get upset, but I came home immediately. Like I said, I cried. I put on a video with just prayers. I was saying my affirmations. Just find a way to stay grounded. I'm so glad I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I didn't do anything because, look, I had an interview this morning. I had to do a drug test. So drinking and alcohol is not the answer. And that can cause you to spiral as well. And that's the hardest thing, seeing past the obstacles and tests you know, because people are waiting for you to crash out. They're waiting. That's the whole object is to make you crash out, do something to yourself, do something to others. People send spirits towards you. I speak about this all the time. It's people that hate you just for who you are, the light you hold. You know, it's gonna be people on this job sent by the devil. Agents, and they're gonna smile in your face, but they're going to plot on you. So always be prepared. And when things do happen, just keep your composure. Go back to your spiritual faith and know that everything is just going to work out for you in the end. I had one of the business owners call me this morning, and she really encouraged me. When I went to this interview this morning, it was nothing but encouraging words. From the time I walked in, the young lady at the desk said, "You're beautiful. I love your outfit." And I told her, I try not to let the enemy win by wearing my emotions on my sleeve. But I let her know, like, I appreciate that. I needed that more than what you know. But that's it pretty much for today, because these things are going to happen, y'all. If you're trying to live right and you have a light about you, you're going to go through these things. And it's not all the time justified. No, I wasn't perfect, but I know I didn't deserve to be fired, and it was definitely wrong for termination. But we go through these things, and be willing to put your pride aside. I went up to the local grocery store and got me an application after I left my interview, baby. Because it's just, you have to be able to maintain yourself at the end of the day. There's a lot of craziness going in the world. A lot of people going through it, whether they smiling and grinning or not, whether they think life is all together, even for the stalkers, even for the perpetrators. They going through it in some kind of way. That's why they got this wickedness in their heart, because it's easier for them to attack you than to address what they got going on. They losing. And even though you might think you losing, you winning, because you're choosing to do the right thing, and right will overcome the wrong. We're going to see this world change, y'all. Yeah, I got a little teary eyes. I'm still upset. I'm still in shock. Like I said, I cried last night too. I had a tension headache, and it's still on my temple right now. But I immediately went into mode, because I've been here. When I moved up here with me and my daughter, when we moved to Georgia, we was homeless. I slept on my auntie's floor with my daughter for 4 months until I got a place. I worked as a security guard. First, I worked in the automobile plant on heavy machinery. I was bruised from my shoulders to my knees, because they think I'm tall and I'm a bigger woman. They'll put me in positions where men would work. And I was so beat up that they sent me to the on-site clinic. The lady told me, "You're going to have to find you another job, because nothing in here you can do. You got arthritis in your shoulders, your elbows, your knees." Because I played sports. I played basketball, volleyball, softball. I threw shot put and discus and track. But when you live right and you hold yourself together, the Most High is going to make a way. I don't care what you believe in. He going to make a way. They going to make a way. Your spirit, your ancestors, they going to make a way. When I left the Kia plant, I went on the outside and worked as a security guard. When I left there, each job be better. Sometimes you got to go back to go forward, but you just got to keep going. I am in limbo right now. I don't know what the next few weeks are gonna hold, but I'm gonna hold my head up and I'm gonna make a way because I still got my children looking at me. And then what is gonna bring me to spiral out of control? What is that gonna do? Reacting anger, lashing out at people. I teach my children like, yo, that's not the way. That's only gonna make issues worse. I'm not gonna get on the internet and talk bad about my job and blast them. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. And that's how you handle conflict, being a targeted individual. I love y'all. Y'all have a great, wonderful day. Peace.